Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 8, Episode 5 of the Timeline, November 13th, 2023. After starting my day, I did reread the episode. I timed it. I also recorded it. It is scheduled for Wednesday, November 14th, 2023. My eyes are open and I'm so grateful. I'm also thankful the episode is ready. And it's so stressful at times. If it's not the stress from working on writing it, it's the stress from reliving it. And then I have to bring myself to record. I have to end my evenings or night on Monday and Tuesdays crying, shaking, thinking back until my stomach turns sick and I sit and cry and cry and cry. And then I have to take deep breaths to start breathing normally again. And then I know someone from above is watching over me because afterwards I think something positive and the work I need to get done to get this done. And then I seem to be okay. I talk and pray to God, and then I know I will be. November 15th, 2023. Waking up this morning, I thank God. My episode is to air tonight, and I'm excited for it in a bittersweet way. But it will air, and the numbers will move up. Later this afternoon at 4:06 p.m., I'm in Wyatt's area at the cemetery. I took 5 pictures while standing over him, and then a short time later, I walk back to the car and pull around to the west side to visit Megan. The first picture in her area are of the sunflowers. Her Thanksgiving and fall flowers were taken away, so I brought her sunflowers until it's time for Christmas flowers. In the second picture is an up close picture of just Megan's flowers. Then the next picture is of Megan's flowers and the pictures taken from north to south. This picture shows the headstones are scattered and they are so close together. Actually, too close together. In the fourth picture, it's of the rock headstone taken from west to east. And in this picture, the lines where the lines were before around the rock headstone are still visible. And yes, even taking the pictures from east to west, you can still see the lines. The fifth picture is taken from north side of the tree. And then I took a full view picture of the Babyland 6th West area. And in the sixth picture, the electrical pole is in the center of the picture. The sky above is very pretty. It's blue in color. There are some clouds, and in the cloud is a hole in it and a sun glowing shine through. There's also an aura, a white aura east of the headstones. I then took 6 more pictures, and a short time later I left the cemetery. When I arrived home, I made dinner and relaxed the rest of the evening. November 16th, 2023. This morning, after starting my day, I worked some on the information for the screenplay. And so far, it's looking pretty good. I'm telling the information about myself. I'm excited about this. I'm excited, but yet again, in a bittersweet manner. As I type and I fill in more and more, I'm feeling very positive about getting the story told. Get the story told in an episode on the podcast, tell the story in a book, or do a movie form. Whichever way it happens, it will happen. And I thank God. November 17th, 2023. My eyes open. I'm thankful. This morning, I worked on the screenplay, And then this afternoon, I work on the writing of the episode for the podcast to get this done so I can record Sunday evening or Monday evening. I work on the episode off and on all evening, and what I don't get done today, I can do it tomorrow. And then I will reread and time it. Everyone have a great night. November 18th, 2023. A lot to be thankful for. As my morning moves on, I went to the cemetery early afternoon to check on things, to see if Megan's flowers are still here, because for some reason her flowers are gone at times. The north area is cleared off, but for some reason the south area is not. Her sunflowers are still here. I took pictures and then I pull around to park on the second east-west street, the street between Wyatt and Megan, to eat lunch with my angels. Afterwards, I pull back around through the cemetery and I watch a mother walk the cemetery. As I pull up to Megan the second time, I took more pictures. Then I drove back to visit Wyatt again. I then thought, I will drive back by Megan's one more time. So as I pull onto the east-west street further in the south of the cemetery, I pull around to the west side street. The mother to a child who was killed by a driver. She is sitting on the front seat of her car after walking. She is changing her shoes. I pull up with my window down and I said to her, it's a beautiful day to be taking a walk. And what a great idea. The woman said, yes, it is beautiful. Then she said, I'm here visiting my daughter. I said, yes, I know. She asked, oh, you knew? I interrupted and said, no, I didn't know her. I know of the. She interrupted and said, oh, you know what happened. I said, yes, and it's so sad, and I'm so very sorry. The woman said, we got justice for her. I just looked at her and said, yes, yes, you did. She asked, do you have loved ones here? I said, yes, I have 2 grandchildren. Her eyes opened widely, and she said, aw, see, it's all done by the grace of God, and we just have to keep their legacy alive. I said, exactly. Yes, that's what we will do. We have to live for them. She said, yes, and we will see them again. I said, yes, yes, we will. She looks at me and said, thank you for stopping and talking to me. I said, thank you and bless you. She held her hand on her chest and said, you too. I pulled away and I drove on to Megan's area and I took a few more pictures. And at this time, not caring who sees me taking pictures. And at the time when I pull around that corner to the west side, I had no idea or even thought to stop. But for some reason, I did. And as I sit here in my driver's seat, and her in her driver's seat changing her shoes, she talked and I'm listening. I know too what she is saying. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, ma'am, you have no idea. I'm so sorry you are experiencing this. I'm so very sorry for everyone involved. My bad experience happened November 26, 2019. Just a few months after they tainted Megan, this incident happens. God bless us. Forgive us. Forgive them. I left the cemetery in tears, and I feel bad for Megan. I feel bad for the other families And now also these families. It's so damn sad. When I arrived back home, I did get the rest of the episode written, and I thank God. November 19th, 2023. The day is gloomy, and I'm going to record. Not sure how long it will take me. It could be one try, two, three tries, or a dozen tries, and at other times, even more. But the main thing is, I do get it done. November 20th, 2023. Thank you, God. Excuse me. I did get the episode recorded yesterday, so I'm relieved for that. This morning, when I got up, I have this gut feeling for some reason to make sure everything and all the information needed is in the file. When my day started, I went in to check the file that has been and is used for the information in this case. I start looking through the box of the information and notes, and I found folders that has the emails from the attorney, the funeral home, and other letters of responses from the letters I wrote. I could need this information, and I am very happy I did double check. But wow, something, a premonition, a feeling, an intuition to be ready. The feeling was all over me, and I'm so thankful I found this information. And I pray now I have it all. Thank you, God, for leading me to check. I know it's you. The rest of my day is good, better than good. November 21st, 2023. When my eyes open, I'm so thankful. It looks to be clear skies today, mid 50s, so I will go to the cemetery. As I'm cleaning up and getting ready to go, I'm thinking about all of it. Then I thought about the lady at the cemetery, and my heart breaks for her, for them. Then I thought, my word will be heard. I wrote this on paper at 11:52 a.m. and then at 2:20 p.m. I pull into the cemetery. I drive back to visit Wyatt, and then a short time later I drive around to visit Megan. And knowing me, I start taking pictures as I pull up to Babyland 6th West. I took 9 pictures of her area. As I'm getting back in the car, I see 333 on the dash clock. I got tears in my eyes and I said, thank you, Jesus. I took 2 more pictures and then left the cemetery. When I went home, I did relax for a little bit. Then I checked all the information again. I did find this sheet of paper that said, it's got a lot of truth, proof, and information. Let someone hear me, because no one is above what's right to do, and what's the truth in your words. No one is above the law. November 22nd, 2023. My eyes open and I'm grateful. I'm also grateful for my episode on the podcast airing tonight. And you know I'm praying, I'm asking, I'm following up. November 23rd, 2023. This is my easy day. No writing, no recording. After I got things done this morning, I went to the cemetery. I pull into the east-west street to eat lunch with them for Thanksgiving in my to-go box. I have turkey, mashed potatoes, dressing or stuffing, depending on what you prefer to call it. I call it stuffing. I have a little broccoli and some fresh vegetables. I also have a cream roll for dessert. I sat and ate while I see others pull in to visit their loved ones. After I'm done eating, I went to visit Wyatt. I took a few pictures of his headstone area, and in the fourth picture is of the sky and the clouds. It is very pretty, two pictures. In the sixth picture, I'm walking away from Wyatt and I take a picture. Then I drive around to visit Megan. I start taking pictures as I'm pulling up. I took 7 photos, and the 8th picture is of Megan's sunflowers. They are still here. In the 9th picture, I take a picture from west to east of the newly set in headstone. The headstones to the east, Megan's flowers, and the existing tree. Then it moves on to the black and white Babyland sign and the small drain, and also the headstone that should set on the north corner of the east-west street, and now it sets not across from headstones where it should set. The next picture is taken from west to east of the rock headstone and of the southeast headstone. The 11th picture is an up-close picture of the rock headstone and that southeast headstone. I took a few more pictures, and the last 2 of the few are pictures taken from the south to the north. It shows headstones in a row, but not in Babyland 6th West. A short time later, I left the cemetery and took a drive around the lake. The sky is beautiful and the water looks cold. I took about 11 pictures of different scenic scenes, and soon after, Madison sent me a picture of her visiting Megan and Wyatt, and I appreciate her doing that. A short time later, I did go to Families for dinner, and I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving to all. November 24, 2023. Have a great day. I'm setting up my Christmas decorations, so I'm going to have fun. November 25th, 2023. When my eyes open this morning, my first thought is, I have to write an episode. After I start my day, I sat down to write. I wrote off and on and most of the afternoon, and then I set it aside. I took a break for about 45 minutes, and then I went back to writing. I did not finish today, but I will in the morning. November 26, 2023. When I woke up, I thanked God. After I clean up, I finished writing the episode. I sat and reread it. I timed it. Then I set it aside. I need a break. So I took a drive and went to a local dollar store. And when I was done, I went back home. And that's all for today. November 27th, 2023. I'm not sure yet when I will record, but if it's not today, it will be tomorrow. This afternoon, I did go to the cemetery. I pull up to Wyatt's area at 3:53 p.m. I visit with him, then I pull around to visit Megan. And of course, I start taking pictures. I took 10 pictures, and 8 out of the 10 are of the full view at Babyland 6th West, from the South Pole, the electrical pole, to the tree, the existing tree. There are pictures from the pole to the tree, some from the pole to just north of the tree, and the last 2 pictures of the 8 are of the south of the tree to the location where the north tree sat. The other 2 pictures out of the 10, one is of Megan's flowers up close, and of course the next picture is of the rock headstone. And I know I speak a lot about these particular places, and that's because over time we have found different things that didn't look or wouldn't match up to the older pictures. So we focus on these areas, just as the area of the plot marker indent marks in the grass and the marks in the ground. We also keep an eye on that. Then we walk around to see if anything else looks odd or out of the ordinary that we can notice. If so, I take pictures. And with all the pictures being taken, I know Not all is necessary. Only one should have been enough, but it wasn't. So I have to ever so much more take more and more pictures to compare them to older pictures, to pictures taken a month ago, or pictures taken 6 months ago, or a year ago. And if we find anything, I'm talking about it. I will stress it because I have to. After I left the cemetery and went home, I relax. I eat, then I record. It wasn't so bad tonight recording. I did get it done, and I'm thankful for that. November 28, 2023. When waking up this morning, I have the feeling in the pit of my stomach to re listen to the episode. I fumbled with it for most of the morning. So this afternoon, I did re listen. It sounds terrible. Oh my gosh. I delete it. I turn the TV down. I turn my phone off. I close and lock the bedroom door and I record. I record a few different times with minor mistakes, but early on in an episode, it's not that bad if you make a mistake to start over if you have to. And I did finally get it. And now it does sound better. I messaged my sister Susie to let her know, and she did agree. So it is now scheduled again. And thank you, God, for the feeling to re listen, which led me to re record. And all through this, I have got to say, I have been led, I have been guided, and I'm doing it all because we know it's in the grace of God. I know it is. I have said before, I'm just the messenger. And after the feeling I was giving, this premonition to re listen, I know this is God's story. I truly am His messenger. And I do have to honestly say, all through this story, I have seen the signs. I've had the feelings. I've even had a dream. And I know for a fact the dream I had, it told me, it showed me. And I did tell a few people about the dream the very next morning. I even wrote it down. And when Madison and I checked it out, the dream is 100% the truth. And that's why I have said Megan is truly an angel. 100% the truth. November 29th, 2023. This morning I asked God to give me something to make it easier, where I don't have to work so hard or try and try again and again to get it done and to get it fixed. I thank Him and start my day. My morning turns into afternoon, my afternoon turns into evening, and tonight at 9:40 p.m. my sister Susie calls. She tells me about the numbers on the podcast, and I'm telling her about my writing finger on my right hand curling up. And she said, "Oh, wow. Well, we are going to have to ask God to send us somebody so we don't have to work so hard." I said, "Wow, how do you do that?" And I tell her, "I just asked Him that this morning." She laughed and said, "Wow, that's weird." November 30th, 2023. It looks gloomy today. It is drizzling rain, and I thank God for this day. When I leave the house today before going to the store, I went to the cemetery. Things do look wet here, but no flooding, which I don't think it's rained hard enough for that yet in the day. I mean, let it rain, but don't let the headstones swim with the fish in a duck pond. We do have pictures of Babyland 6th West being flooded after the drains were fixed and the ducks swimming in it, which, hey, that's beautiful nature, but not when headstones are buried and loved ones are involved. Soon after I left the cemetery, I went to the store and then I went home. After dinner this evening, I went into the office room to write in the screenplay, and I'm excited to get more and more information filled in and to start writing as Emily, myself, tells the story with my words, with others' words. And so far, it does look good. And to me, it sounds good because it's still this story. Every action, every conversation, every word. Once I got started, I typed a while, and when I had a full page, I took a picture of it and I sent it to my sister Susie and my friend from birth, my friend in life, my publisher, Patty, and they both said, "Wow, Em, that looks great. Keep going." And thank you both for that. But no doubt about it, I'm going to keep going. Thank you for listening. Stay kind with your words.